What's up, guys? This is the Board Game Roamer, and I'm here with a little something different. I recently got a hold of the official insert for Xia, and I put it together. I should have probably recorded that because it's a good insert. All right, generally overall. I think it was a good choice, but I wanted to put it together and show you kind of how that worked, like what was going on with it, how it went together, because it was a little bit interesting. I haven't done a whole lot of inserts per se. Put them together, just a handful, a foam one and one for Mage Knight, not Ultimate Mage Knight, just regular Mage Knight. So I just wanted to talk about it. I wanted to show it to you, and then when I get done, I'm going to do a playthrough. Recently, there was a Kickstarter for Missions and Powers expansion for this, which was a much smaller expansion than the Embers of a Forsaken Star, which was the second expansion to Xia Legends of Adrift system. But I do have all those, so I do want to do a playthrough after I do the insert, and then actually, I'm thinking, I'm not going to promise, but I'm thinking, also have the insert, got the insert for Anachrony, and I'm thinking I may do the same thing with it, although, well, we can talk about Anachrony later. So anyway, I'm going to show you the insert, talk a little bit about my experience with the insert, putting it together and whatnot, and let you see that, and then we will do a playthrough. Obviously not on this one video, but we'll do a playthrough and let you see the game as well. So this is Xia Legends of Adrift system by Far Off Games. It says a board game for 3 to 5 players, but there is a solo component. So I always leave these in here. All right, this was the instructions. I'll just show you, kind of flip through the instructions. Pretty easy. They give you the board layout and then kind of show you how to put it together down here, and then they show you where everything should fit, which you'll see in a second. So the instructions weren't difficult to follow. And then I've got a printout of a rule summary that I thought was helpful from online, and then I spread the rule books out on top, right? So here's really where the meat and potatoes are at, right? So, what do we have? Well, we have over here in the far right corner, well, let's start over here. Here are the base game, and this is important. Here's the base game resources and the player colors, okay? And you're probably wondering, where's the rest of it? For Forsaken Star, it's coming. But here's the base game and normal player resources. All right. Then we have this guy. This is where we have bounty tokens, and I actually couldn't find a good place for this guy, which is a special kind of blaster upgrade, I believe, maybe for one of the ships. But your bounty tokens, your player color rings, and impulse tokens, damage tokens, ice tokens, money, I put in these two. That includes the 1s, the 5s, and the 2s that I got through the Kickstarter, and then the dice. So that's in this one. And then underneath that is Embers of a Forsaken Star with those, the cargo and armor plating tokens, your relic tokens, event tokens, Ember, and all the new exploration tokens. And that's important. Because remember, in Xia, whenever you got the expansion, whenever you got this Embers of a Forsaken Star expansion, the expiration tokens that you got with this are replacements for the originals. It's not in addition to. Okay. So there's that. Then we have our cards. And it's very, well, I'll get those out in a second. It's pretty tight in here, which is okay. I'm all right with that. Over in the corner, we have our sector tiles. And then we have underneath that, well, we'll look at that in a second. So then these four trays right here, as you can see, are the ships, the different tiers of ships, and the NPCs. And let me find the one. Oh, it's this one right here. So this is the only complaint that I have. The only complaint that I have had with this. So, and I don't know if you can see that. Well, you can kind of see that. So you see here in the corner, you got this screw deal, flat right there, and then on this end you got the flat, and it's a shank. It has a shank on it that looks like. Let me point it out. These are two pieces, and this is kind of where I'm trying to tell you the story. The only issue that I had with this, and I'm kind of a little bit nervous because Anachrony uses the same kind of screw. So you have a piece like this, okay? It's got that little shank and then it screws in the end, right? Well, one of the screws on this one, because they did send an extra one in the bag. There's one more than needed. You can see that that's got the screw in it, but no head, because there's the head of the screw. And then this one, when I tried to put it in, the threads weren't really great, and that didn't work either. And part of the reason that is, and this was true for every single one of these four that had that hardware, is that it was very tight. Right? These obviously come pre-cut, and you have the assembly instructions or whatever, but it was really, really tight, and I couldn't push these guys through. Okay, I could not push them through the hole either way, whether I was coming from this side or I was coming from this side. So that was frustrating, and as a result, two of those screws got jacked up, and so I actually had to go to the hardware store and find me something that was close enough to a replacement. That being said, I do like all of the trays have either 1, 2, or 3 on them, and when they work like they're supposed to, they just fold out, and boom, there's all your ships. So I do like it. I think it's functional. I think it's a good way to store them, good way to protect them. But my primary issue was with that. Then we have our outfits. Now this is pretty cool. Let me scoop this up here just for a second. So this outfits is actually 2 separate trays, right? So you have a tray on top, a tray on bottom. You have this slider on the top that slides out. There's all of your, well, part of your outfits. And there's plenty of room in each one of these to reach in there and grab them and pull them out. So that's not an issue. I guess I should have opened it this way because that's, and this, there it goes. It's a little bit, not tight, but, so what this does is this just slides out. You see that? It's like this, just slides out and then lifts up. Oops. And then I forgot that doesn't have a thing on it. And then here's the next part of your engines, your shields, GTS, Enviro shields are all in here. And like I said, this just sits on top of it, and that acts as the cover lid for that, and this acts as the lid for that. So I do think that was really smart. And then it just sits up here like this. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So then we've got this box, which was an interesting box, and let me show you why. So this holds some tokens, like the first player token, the Rokishi Comet, the ships, all the ship sheets. But you'll notice if you look here, like that's 2 pieces thick, that's 3 pieces thick, right? All the way around. There's a couple places that are like that. Keep that in mind. So what this does is this sits in here, and then it slides out. It's pretty tight, because I do actually have to sand this, I think, to make this a little bit easier. We'll set that there for a second. So this holds the economy board, victory point tracker, your couple of special tokens for the ship powers, first player token. But here's the thing, okay? This is 3 thick, so there's you can't see it, but there's actually another piece underneath here. All right, well, there's one layer. I'm not doing a good job of showing this, but there's 1 layer, 2 layers, and then this is a 3rd layer. So where I messed up, and this is where I messed up, is I put these 2 pieces, right? These 2 pieces together, and then tried to put them in this insert. That was the wrong way to do it. Because these were sewn a little bit off, even though I tried to line them up really, really well. When I attempted to put this piece in, you can see that it was really tight, and I actually used a hammer, ended up having to use a hammer to knock it down in there. And then as a result, the whole thing was a little bit skewed, which made this a little bit skewed, and that's why this is, it's not just tight, right? It's like really hard to get in there. So again, that's not really a problem with the insert. That was a mistake on my part. I had to work to get that in there, but I think once I sand those edges off, we'll be good. And then the final piece is this card holder, and it does have the etching on the side. So solo, event, title, mission, ships, 1, 2, 3, NPC, how to win, aids. So really overall a good insert. All these trays, I feel like you could just set to the side and have them sitting out, and it would be really easy to get to and play. Save you a little table room, maybe. If nothing else, it should make things easier from an organizational standpoint. So that is the insert. It took me a while to do it. There were a lot of pieces, and it's kind of interesting because I hear people talk about how long it takes them to put together some of these inserts, and I don't know if I'm just slow or I spend more time like putting the glue and stuff together that that it makes a difference. I don't know, but it took me quite a while. I would say 4 hours, maybe more than that. I'm going to make sure I keep up with Anachrony because I'll actually have it on film. Because it just takes a long time. But in the end, bottom line, I think it's worth it. And especially if you stack these, having the structure in the box, if you're stacking them, vertically, is going to help keep the box from getting depressed or whatever. And been in the box. So that is the official Xia Insert from Mind Clash Games. Really cool insert, and this is the part where it's pretty tight. Get back in here. Once it's in here, it's good. You just got to get it back in. There we go. And then again, kind of try to split these out, make it as even as possible. Bing, bang, boom. And there you go. There you go. So that is the insert design. I hope that'll give you a little bit of an idea if you're looking at getting that official insert, what that doesn't look like, what that's going to do for your game. Like I said, I'm going to try to do a playthrough of this. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'm the Board Game Roamer. Appreciate your comments, your subscriptions, your views. Thank you guys for hanging out at the table with me. And I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next video. Bye-bye.